Hey guys, how you doing? This is Red Knight 1 here at your service. How was your day? And before we go any further, I want to let you guys know, I have a lot of things I do want to talk about before we go straight into the end, before we get further on to go and fight against bosses. First off though, I do apologize though that the Kingdom Hearts Final Mix Let's Play has been delayed though. I have been very busy a lot. Life's getting bad by the second. Job sucks. The kids are growing up a little fast. They're becoming spoiled and bratty, even though they're not mine. Life is so hard to handle. I do apologize though that freaking text box is taking too long. It's just that Toon Link's boomerang throw animation in the Super Smash Bros. Brawl version was pretty bad. And I want to use the Wind Waker version because it's a lot more easier. And I got my diction problems with Warframe, which is a really great game. I would consider that because it's really fun. It's just that, well, I hate being so lazy, I forgot to do my Let's Plays. And lastly, I wanted to do more animations. And I also wanted to do some Arcanine animations for the Walk Cycle series. I guess it's really fun. So now, I do want to commentate something though. Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Before you actually go any further, it's best that you want to do some level grinding, because instead of a gauntlet though, you're going to face something a little harder. Now, the thing is, I forgot to mention though that currently Donald and Goofy are actually AIs in this game. And it's always best to set their settings sometimes even if you don't want to. I'm going to set them both to both offense though, because it'll be a lot more easier to fight against Heartlesses. And well, these kind of Heartlesses can be a bit brutal sometimes, especially when both defenses of theirs are a little low, while Sora's is almost as high as theirs. Because of the equipment or because the level up system needs some reworking. Now, when you fight against the Heartlesses, you'll notice something different. And no, it's not the monkey power wild though. The Heartlesses are supposed to become very strong when you face against them. They spawn rapidly, they won't stop until certain areas are already cleared up. In the Final Mix version, it looked like their stats stay the same, and not many Heartlesses show up at a predicament. In the original version, they show up reckless. They just show up non-stop trying to attack you. Their stats are sort of like doubled, and that was actually pretty good because that's how you get more EXP. You see, now you notice though that the Wyverns showed up though, and that stat kind of looks the same. It actually literally means the same. I'm guessing it's because in the Final Mix though, it takes very long, and it would have been a lot harder to actually fight against Heartlesses, or it's just too dang long though to actually beat them for the level grinding. They spawn sometimes normally in this one, and it's kind of best to actually keep level grinding until the stats you need are set and equipment you need. My only problem is that usually though, whenever it's in Proud mode though, the Heartlesses are harder to take down because of double HP and double attack and double defense. Right here, right now, both Donald and Goofy are nearly sitting ducks in a sitting dog. And if their stats are not high enough though, they can't defeat Heartlesses that easy. In some occasions though, in Proud mode, you want to actually keep level grinding until you have the correct stats you wanted and have enough stats to actually easily take down the Heartlesses. And later on into the Hollow Bastion though, it's supposed to be a gauntlet. A very long gauntlet. And you want to prepare yourself to fight so that way you can finish the story. So far, so good though. I do apologize for this delay, but luckily I was able to get back on track, so hopefully I can get the level up going. And get this project done as soon as if I can, as soon as possible before I finish it. Because I don't want to get behind over my Let's Plays, I just want to get the job done. Plus, a lot of things that have been happening at home and work I just don't want to talk about. I'm just trying to earn enough money to try and earn enough so that way I can actually move out of the house or find my own place to stay. And speaking of staying though, if you manage to come back here and actually revisit certain rooms, you can go to the other areas you kind of missed. It's best to actually fight these enemies in areas though that are harder, that are like more, so that way you can easily level grind in areas you've not explored, because there are some goods you don't want to miss. Treasure chests, items, and important items. And the area you saw though was actually Aerith, Donald, and Goofy we're talking about. This area was Sora, Yuffie, and Leon we're talking about. And of course though, once you do some more examinations in each of the areas, there's no telling though, you can actually encounter specific items such as that post mail, so that way you can get some more prizes. And you don't want to actually miss out on that. So naturally though, it's best to actually do a lot more exploration and find out what goods you can find here in this kind of area. So that way, the more goods you find, the better items you get. And make the fight a lot easier. So it's kind of best to actually do some more explorations in this kind of game. And hopefully you can find the items you actually are looking for. Now, the next thing I do want to commentate though, you want to visit Geppetto at all times though, so that way he can give you the blueprints you need. The more you talk to him and more progress you made, the more it is chances you get blueprints into the game for you to buy some more stuff from Sid. That way you can actually build your gummy ship. Next in this area, this is the area you want to actually look for. There is a Trinity right here. And speaking of, I got a plan. A big plan here for post commentary. We are going to do some Q&A. That's right, there's going to be some Q&A. You can ask me a ton of questions. You can ask me right here into the comments, and I'll try and answer them as much as possible. But please be nice, okay? This world is not safe. You saw the Dalmatians. We're just gonna come back for it later. I don't want to actually see this bad stuff anymore. Otherwise, you'll be the one to get flagged. Now here, though, you do get the item from Blue Fairy. You give her the item, and she gives you the other summoning abilities. And this is another summon ability that's sorta good, but also bad. It's sorta like wasteful. This is a Mushu ability. Mushu acts more as a Gatling gun, because it keeps firing the rapid fire spell at enemies. It's good, but sometimes it's wasteful. And you run out a lot quickly, so you want to actually have enough summoner. Make sure you have enough a summon enhancement to keep the spell going and everlasting. The duration is a bit slow. As I was saying though, whenever we're going to do some post commentaries, the areas we're going to do though for this is Trinity hunting, some Q&A, some Colosseums, because that's going to be a good chance to do some Q&A in this area. And it's going to take a while though to try and get 100% completed this game, but I'm playing this in Proud Mode. I mean, in the original game of Proud Mode, if you beat it though, you get to see the secret. In the standard playthrough, you have to get 100% completed the game, and then you get the zero secret. As for beginner, you can't actually complete it. You don't get the secrets. Before you go further, you want to talk to Sid next, because Sid has a next Keyblade for you, which is kind of mediocre, eventually. It's almost good, but it's not good enough. It's a Keyblade that gives you more magic, but you don't focus on physical fighting, because being a meleeist though, it drops your strength down. It looks nice, but it drops your strength down, raises your max point, your magic points. So it's more ability to actually make you focus more as a blaster. Now here, I was gonna save this later on because we were gonna be scouring later for a 101 down the 99 missing puppies. Whenever you collect all the missing puppies and bring them back home, you get the rewards, which is pretty good. And there are some really nice rewards from Pongo and Purdy. such as that one, come back for later. You get the really nice rewards you find from them. Ooh, Mega Elixir. I'll take that. Thank you. And an Orichalcum. Don't mind if I do. Now here. The next one I'm going to mention though is the level ups though. The level up system. Now Sora got a max HP level up, which is kind of good, but that's not the one I wanted. The one I really wanted is the defense up. I know I chose the shield, but come on, HP up, that sort of makes me a little too tanky. Now here's not a level up though. There's a treasure chest right there. I forgot to grab though or didn't notice. Now I can't get that treasure chest though because unlike the Legend of Zelda though, you have to beat the enemies first and then get the treasure chest. In the Legend of Zelda series, you get that treasure chest right off the bat and you don't have to worry about enemies trying to grab you or get you. You just get it right away. So I have to beat the enemies down in order to get the treasure chest. And sometimes though, the hidden items I did mention though, you want to actually remember recollecting, coming back and recollecting. So that way, occasionally, there are some good rewards you find around. Mist Shard, okay, that's not what I want, but I'll take it. Like I said, I need the proper stats to actually go fight against tougher enemies. Here is another level up though. You can actually find it a lot more easier. Donald's got a max magic point up, which is not too bad. Goofy's going to come later, and here we go. And Goofy is going to get another level up because Goofy has high HP in this game. He would have been known as the super tank, but the defense is low. And that's the stat I actually needed though, the defense up, so that way Goofy can tank it. Now in the shop though, I decided to buy the Wisdom Staff. And that looks pretty good. The Wisdom Staff looks nice. Each of the items I've been collecting, though, is trying to collect as much items as possible. The Wisdom Staff looks nice. The Animus Shield is kind of mediocre because it drops your strength down. See, it does look big for various one, but its strength is pretty bad. So instead, we are just gonna go with the Herc Shield since it has a lot more strength to it. And I'm keeping the Metal Chocobo because the reach is really good. It's a really good one. Now, another level up for Sora. Like I said though, I need the really good level ups such as strength up and defense up because some of the side quest bosses and that ability point up, which is the one I don't need, is because though there are tougher bosses and side quest bosses I have to fight. Now, once you finish up though, if you try to leave in this game to go face it, you can't go back over to Hollow Bastion because the route's been cut. Instead, the only thing you need to do is talk to Sid. Because if you try going to that area, you can't reach it. And if you try going over to the ones that have a safe zone or try and go to the clock tower, you can't get to it. There's a dangerous boss over there. A dangerous side quest boss, which is we're going to mention later on. And the stars, though, you've noticed, though, is that's like the higher level. It goes ranking up really good each time you progress in the story. So you want to do is go back to Traverse Town. And you don't want to waste a lot of time, though, to actually try and go back and forth. Of course, you will do some exploring later on. So far, though, it's kind of best we do a little more level grinding. Now, you want to talk to Sid before you go on. It's really noted, though, that you have to talk to Sid if you want to actually do progress in the story. I do suggest a little level grinding before you go on. And there is one helpful Keyblade that will actually help you progress further. There is another one too, which is one of my favorites. It's over there, but we're going to get it later on. And it does say, though, about the new gummy. You have to go to the secret waterway. And there's a way of how to actually get it. And he does point the right way, though it's actually in the waterway, there will be a cutscene in it. So later on, we're gonna do some next post commentary and see if we can make it through the level. I'll see you guys in the next chapter. See you in part 77.